So since the release of Modern Warfare 3, Sledgehammer Games have been really good with kind of comms, of telling us what's going on, with updates and plans for the future. And they've actually started doing Ask Me Anythings or AMAs on Reddit now, and these are actually really informative. There's one big topic they don't really like to talk about, which is skill-based matchmaking, which is the #1 topic on pretty much everything. I'm sure they actually have nightmares about the amount of people that ask the question right now, but I'm sure they will say something eventually, and today we did get a little bit of news towards some kind of lobbies, and we're going to go over some key points they had in the Ask Me Anything. What are some gameplay in the background on Shoot House? I think this map plays way better on this COD than MW2. It might just be the pacing slightly different, or the gun, just the TTK slightly higher. Just feels way better. So let's go into these questions now. There's a few quite interesting ones here. So the first question here is about disbanding lobbies. By disbanding lobbies, they mean you play one game and then you get put in a new whole game, and the skill-based matchmaking kind of resets. And if you had a good game, you get better people. If you had a bad game, you probably stay the same. So they said here that they, in a future game, they'll be testing non-disbanding lobbies, which is how it used to be. And obviously they have this whole new experimental playlist, which is quite cool because you can actually try stuff out and they can test stuff. And that's where they're going to put this, but I don't see any reason this wouldn't ever be good, because if you're in a lobby that is harder than you want it to be, you can leave. If you're in a lobby that you're quite happy with and you keep getting the same people, then you stay in the game. And it's kind of skill-based matchmaking based, because you get more of a choice like who you're actually playing against if you want to continue playing with these people. And overall, you do create some kind of good rivalries. So I only really see this as a win. So next is going to be about streak looping. If you don't know what streak looping is, if you have like 3, 5, 7 kill streaks on, as in UAV, airstrike and helicopter, then you can only earn these once in each life. If you get a 7 kill streak, it doesn't restart, and this used to be a thing. Like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, I know it was a thing, and past Call of Duties as well, a lot of other ones. You used to be able to re-earn them, so you kind of, it's really good for UAVs and counter UAVs. If you're trying to like get a nuke or something, every like 3-4 kills you have a same UAV again, you can wrap around, and it makes it really, really handy. So I do miss this a lot. And they also, this guy here actually says there's already a thing in private matches, which I didn't even know. But it looks like they'll be testing this out at some point with the experimental playlist again, which sounds really good, and then hopefully it becomes a more common thing again, because I really do miss it. So moving on to the next one, we have the GAIA skin, or I think maybe GAIA, I don't know, GAIA. This is the evil Groot skin, as a lot of people know it. And obviously, a lot of people hate this. It is a really common thing. It seems to be like the darkest, kind of, it blends in with a lot of colours on this game, and it is a bit of a nightmare. So they're going to be bringing changes to it. It makes it a bit awkward because it is a battle pass skin that a lot of people paid for, so some people probably won't be happy, but it probably needs to be done. So moving on to this next one, someone says, will y'all add the Spaz 12? Very American. But the Spaz 12 was obviously a very good gun in Modern Warfare. I think it's Modern Warfare 2 and 3, I think it was in there. It's like a semi-auto shotgun that was incredibly fun to use. And they actually replied to this saying that they're planning on adding some really nice guns from previous series, which is actually a really cool thing to hear. I imagine like an intervention, or like you could have like a reskinned intervention, which would be really cool. There's a lot of classic guns like that have the classic look. And I'm quite excited for the weapons they're going to bring into this game, because they can just go so far with it. There's so much like content they could bring out, and I hope they do. So hopefully they make some good decisions on this one. So moving on to the next one, we have a very short and sweet one. And someone says, would love to play Demolition again, and they reply saying Demolition is planned to explode on the scene in a later season. This is good news. If you don't know what Demolition is, it is a mode from MW3, I want to say, or like original MW3, where it's basically search and destroy, but you have lives, and you plant the bombs, and it goes like that. It's just search and destroy where you respawn, basically. Really, really a great mode. They always had a bit of a problem with spawn trapping on it, because the spawns have just kind of had to be set where they were. So there is that to contend with, but if they bring this mode out, it is a great mode. So this next one actually took me back a bit. This guy said, will any MW2 2009 DLC maps be added to the MW3? Carnival, Storm, Trailer Park, Fuel, for example. Carnival was an incredible map, and I remember it looked so good. It just kind of like threw me back to when I was playing it. Christ. I remember listening to Eminem playing that. It was such a weird throwback. Anyway, they replied to this saying there are no plans for these specific maps, but they do say at this time, so they could. And now it says our seasonal updates will largely be made of all new maps, which is actually really good news. I know we have old maps in this game, and the 16 maps that came out with the game are old. I'm excited for new maps. Everyone wants to see new maps. There's 2 new maps coming out for the season 1, and one of them is apparently quite small, which is nice. We need new small maps because we've played the same ones for years, so I'm quite excited for that. So we're getting towards the end of these now. There's another one here which is about the hand grenades in this game. Now, have you ever noticed that you just get smashed up if you're using the EOD or flak jacket type gear and you still die to these frag grenades? I know the EOD is kind of bugged, but frag grenades are strong as hell. And I didn't really know this. I noticed it a bit, but I didn't think they were like ridiculously strong. But it seems like they were, and they're actually planning to do a reduction of damage, which is really good. So the next one, we have a bit of information on the gunfight 2v2s. There's a new map coming in the new season, and also at the bottom there it says shipment will also return. Hey, yay, like we didn't already know that. But some people, you know, shipment's kind of chaotic and fun sometimes. So that's the main points that I could find in the Ask Me Anything AMA on Reddit. I'm sure they'll do some more of these because they actually kind of post it on Twitter. They get a lot of people ready, tell them what time they're doing it. And this was like 2.5 hours of them going through questions. I'm sure a lot of them was actually just scrolling through skill-based matchmaking questions. And yeah, they didn't really answer any, to be honest. Apart from the disbanding lobbies thing's kind of cool. It has a tiny little thing to do with the whole skill-based matchmaking thing. But I have no idea if it's even in their control to actually change this, which is kind of the problem. So I know they didn't even call it skill-based matchmaking, they call it like EOMM, I think it's engagement optimized matchmaking, I think. And that just sounds terrible, to be honest. It just sounds like, yeah, it just sounds horrendous. But yeah, it is ramped heavily up in this game, and I see why a lot of people complain about it. But we'll see if Sledgehammer come back with something. At the moment, they've been quite transparent with stuff. Their comms have been really good on Twitter, on Reddit now as well, so at least they're actually talking to people and they're not just being silent about everything. They've come up with a lot of issues, they just seem to be solving a lot of stuff quickly, so far it's been pretty good. But let me know what you think of these changes, if there's anything in there that makes a big deal for you. That Groot's going to just killed on the screen is going to be nerfed soon, hopefully. I think they'll just brighten it up and make it a bit brighter, maybe like the glow be brighter, and it makes the skin look a bit better while it makes it less powerful as well in a way, so that'd be good. But cheers guys, thanks for watching. If you want to watch any gameplay stuff, I pretty much upload all sorts at the moment, so I'm not really sure where I'm going with it, but yeah, I have a lot of content on my channel. I try and upload most days, so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please go check some other stuff out, and comment, like, subscribe, do what you feel like doing. And cheers guys, thanks for watching, and peace out for now.